You don't know what you did to me. Your body like speaks to me. I don't know what you did to me.
How could you announce it like that? Yun's voice trembled with disbelief as she found her father seated on the mansion sofa. After the meeting, she had not been able to find a moment to talk to him privately. I had to announce it sooner or later, Yun, so why not today? Not when I'm not ready. Did you see their faces? They look at me like I'm 4 years old kid. I made my decision and I announced it. No one should question it. Not Dad, you are not understanding. I know you told me about all this and I will take the responsibility, but it's not about me. It's not about you making the decision or announcing it. It's about them accepting me. They will never accept a woman ruling over them. Sweetheart, I understand your worries, but times are changing and so must our organization. It's an old mindset that women can't rule. Yun closed her eyes. Taking a deep breath, her father walked towards her, placed a hand on her shoulder. Change won't happen overnight, Yun, but it's not impossible. You have the potential to lead, and over time you can prove your capabilities to them. It's a challenge, but challenges are what shape leaders. I get it, Dad. It was just sudden. I know, but I had to announce it to quell any doubts from those eyeing the position. Right. The decision is mine to make. You don't have to worry about it. Focus on your training and classes. And I have faith in you that are your perfect choice. Thank you, Dad. Yun hugged him and her father patted her head. She knew deep down that she was not ready for this responsibility, but she couldn't run away from it. He was sitting on the edge of the bed, munching on popcorn with an almost loud chewing noise. She was lazily sprawled out, casually observing Yun, who was surrounded by scattered files and open pages, deep in concentration, and she continued to study them. She glared at her best friend, digging holes in her head, and wanted to punch her because from the time she came here home to spend time with her, she's continuously doing her work and not paying attention to her route. So she started to chew even louder, and then seemed to work when Yun finally snapped her head in her direction. Must you eat so loudly? He raised her eyebrow innocently as if oblivious to the noise. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize it was bothering you. She took another loud bite of popcorn, sighed, shaking her head. You know you are annoying. Maybe a little, but you are straight up rude. Only if you know I have a lot of work to do. You and your schedules of work. Her word interrupted by a knock on the door, and when Yun called out, yes, the door opened and revealed a person stepping inside. It was Chris, who walked towards the bed, bowing respectfully before handing over the files. The files you asked for, it's all the evidence I could collect. Did you go through files? Is there anything suspicious? No, I think your father is right. It doesn't seem like an attack. Anyway, thank you for your effort. You can go now. Chris bowed again and exited the room. Meanwhile, he came closer as Yun began to open the file. Is it serious? Do you think it's an attack? I have a feeling inside me telling me to investigate it further. He flipped through the files, realizing that all of it is new for her. She had never interested in this matter before, even if she belonged to Mafia family. Yun was scanning through the files, taking one of every detail, including the vehicle numbers and lot. He was carefully looking through the pages Yun was slipping, her eyes scanning lines of text and images. Suddenly her gaze fixed on something, her eyes narrowing as she focused on the image. What is it? Yun glanced at he as her voice trailed off. She saw he gulping, her eyes locked onto something in the file. What happened? Do you recognize this man? Her heart raced in her chest as she quickly shook her head, closing the file with a forced smile. No, I don't. I thought he looked familiar for a moment, but the image is too unclear to recognize anyone. Really? Where do you think you might have seen him? Oh, you know, he kind of resembles an actor from the drama we watched last week. Yun looked at her best friend with a dim face. Let go out, I'm getting bored here. Yun followed her eyebrow by heat, sudden change in demeanor, but she decided not to press further for now. Instead, she closed the file and grabbed the scattered papers. Shoulders, take a break. My brain could use a rest. He smiled widely as he dumped down the bed and successfully dragged her best friend out of the room. He turned the knobs of her brother's office, her heart pounding in her chest with a relief sigh. She found the office empty and closed the door behind her. Her steps were careful and quiet as she made her way towards the smaller room where confidential files were kept. Doubts and questions has been burning at her, and thought it felt like a forbidden act. She knew she had to find answers. The room was filled with rows upon rows of files. As she grabbed one of them, began shifting through the files, her fingers trembling as she opened one after one, each file about the hire cars, their background, and their histories. Finally, after she felt like an eternity of searching, she found a file with a small cross thread on it. Her pulse quickened as she opened it, and her eyes scanned the content. The name inside, so many names. What in even this file for? What are you doing here? He froze and replaced the door, the color draining from her face as she heard the deep but familiar voice behind her. She slowly turned around, her grip on the file tightening as her eyes met the intense one of the person who had caught her red-handed. Jungkook froze forward, his eyes narrowing as he took in the situation. He crossed his arm over his chest. What are you doing here? He swallowed hard. Her palms began to sweat as she said an excuse. I was just looking for something, just curious. Curious about what? These are confidential files. You are not supposed to be in here. Brother. Hey, don't play games with me. Were you really looking for in those files? I just wanted to know about the people here. It's not like I'm doing anything wrong. Jungkook's patience wearing thin, not taking in her little sister accuses, his voice handling a warning. You are smart, but you are also not very subtle, and I know you better than you think. He heard raised as she took a deep breath, realizing there was no way out of this conversation. She opened the file and quickly found the page as she'd been looking at, showing it to Jungkook. Jungkook followed a sad blow as he scanned the photos and name on the page. What is this? Where is he? Jungkook has narrowed as he glanced at the small photo and then back at he died in a mission. He said matter-of-factly, his expression still serious, not giving up any emotions. He gulp was audible as she continued to lock eyes with her brother. And how? What do you mean how? Why are you even asking me these questions? He gathered her courage as she finally spoke the truth. Because this is the person involved in your father's car accident. Jungkook burst for deeper as he took in the file from her hand. How do you know? I saw the picture. He looked familiar. I saw him with your father before, but why was he there at the accident site? Our people are not supposed to go in other territories. Jungkook raised an eyebrow, her tone changing as she said those words. What are you trying to imply here, sister? He can only be here for one reason. Only if you were involved in the accident. I think you used your brain beyond its capacity and now it's malfunctioning. Jungkook's dry expression and his base gaze made her more nervous. Brother, I'm just trying to make sense of things. By accusing me of being involved in the accident? Do you realize what you are saying? I'm not directly accusing you, but it's just I saw something and you thought I would do something like that. No, that's not what I mean. I'm sorry. I just don't know who else to talk about this. I panicked when I saw the picture. Jungkook's expression softened to know how much she cared about him, but he was angry too. You should have come to me before jumping to conclusions. I know I'm messed up. I'm sorry, brother. It's okay, you can go. I will look into the matter. Jungkook began to turn around, but his voice stopped him. Are you still angry with me? No, I'm not, even though you are a headache of my life. Yeah, that's not really nice to say things to your sister. Just go and ask someone else and don't run your small brain. Fine. He huffed and walked out of the apartment while Jungkook's face turned into seriousness as he stared at the pictures and the file. Oh, damn. Jungkook's controlled grunts turned into an involuntary hiss of pain, a low moan escaping his lips as his body collided with the floor. The impact sent a jolt through his muscles and he could feel the dull itch in his back. He blinked, his chest heaving as he realized what happened. Had he been flipped back, slammed onto the floor? As he lay there for a moment, catching his breath, he felt a weight on top of him. Opening his eyes, he saw Eunice studying him, a grin on her face. That was unexpected. Remind me not to underestimate you next time. Eunice chuckled as she leaned slightly closer. Oh, I'll make sure you remembered the lesson. Jungkook smiled fondly as Hyun stood up enough for him hand to stand up, and he gladly accepted, but he hissed in pain again. Hey, are you alright? I didn't mean to hurt you that bad. Now I'll be fine. You're stronger than you think. Just caught me off guard, that's all. A chuckle escaped her lip as she guided him to the nearby jet. Do you need anything? Some ice, maybe? She stood close, feeling a slight flutter of guilt for pulling the stunt when he was not even prepared for it. Jungkook's gaze remained locked onto hers as he reached her, holding her wrist. You know you're even more captivating when you're concerned about someone. A soft blush tinted new cheeks as she cleared her throat. Jungkook chuckled as he saw her flustered hair and then answered her previous question. No, I don't. I could use some company if you're willing to. Oh, that was smooth, she thought as she took a seat on the chair. Jungkook raised his eyebrow at the distance and leaned forward before effortlessly grabbing her chair and pulling it closer. Yin felt her cheeks grow warmer, a soft blush tinting her cheeks as her knees touched his. The closeness between them sending a rush of inexplicable emotions through her, and him holding her wrist was not helping. I've been thinking. Yun gazed at his, curiosity and nervousness evident in her eyes. Thinking about what? He narrowed his eyes at her nervousness as he tried to control himself to squeeze in every chance he could. Yet he leaned forward, about whether you'd be interested in going on another date sometime. Jungkook, Yun heartbeat fastened. Her breath caught in her throat. She managed to meet his gaze, her soft voice. Jungkook, He followed his eyebrow lightly, sensing her hesitation. Is something wrong? Yun eyes shifted downward as she uttered, I can't. His eyebrow arched in surprise. Can't, why not? You look up at him. Her voice low as she spoke. I'm going for training, 6 months of training. I won't be around. Oh, Jungkook's expression fell and he leaned back in his chair, his disappointment evident. When you are going tonight and you didn't tell me before? Yun sighed softly, her gaze dropping for a moment before meeting his eyes again. I was busy with everything happening and Dad told me yesterday that I had to go. 6 months is a long time. And now that they finally want to be together, they are parting again. And for almost a half year, but Jungkook knew better, everything is not easy. Of course, he can understand her. He took a deep breath before giving her a reassuring smile. Well, in that case, how about I wait for those 6 months to pass? And when you're back, we can pick up where we left off. Continue this conversation. Yin couldn't help but smile, her heart warmed by his understanding, but instead she decided to tease him. You're really persistent, aren't you? No, leaned slightly as he brushed a strand of hair behind her ear. His voice was a soft murmur that sent a pleasing shiver down her spine. When it's something I want, yes. In her dress, his closeness affecting her more than she anticipated, and she felt herself drawn to him even more. They sat together, spending time with each other as much as they can before they apart for 6 months. Over the course of the next 6 months, Yun's life underwent a transformation, even though it was not different in starting. As the time passes, she quickly found herself immersed in a new routine that kept her occupied and fulfilled. Her training proved to be intense, pushing her limits both physically and mentally. Aside from training, Yun also decided to invest her time in learning new languages. It was a way for her to keep her mind sharp and engaged, and she found herself enjoying the process of learning new linguistic skills. As time went on, Yun's abilities got better and she felt more sure of herself. The days turned into weeks and the week into months, and before she knew it, the 6 months had already passed. She walked through her mental corridor, wanting to meet her parents first as she missed them so much. She was never this long away from her home, and she would be lying if she said she didn't miss her home, her parents, her best, and most importantly, Jungkook. She had not talked to him that much in these past days, more like weeks, since he is busy too. And now that he had returned, she is going to pay a visit. Stepping closer to the door, she opened it and she made her way to the lounge. She heard her father talking on the phone. I don't think his word trailed off as she looked towards the door, surprise evident on his face upon seeing Yun enter. I'll talk to you later. He quickly concluded the call, a warm smile replacing his surprise as he embraced his daughter. How's my sweetheart? I'm good and I missed you, Dad. It's good to be back. I hope you didn't face too many problems here. No, Dad, it was actually better than I imagined. Well, where is Mom? Maybe in her room, I guess. I just came back to. I'll go meet her. Sure, go ahead. And later we'll catch up properly. There's so much to talk about. And gave her father a bright smile before turning and heading towards, eager to meet her mother. Where is he? It had been a week she returned, but his boy was nowhere to be found. He was not even his mansion, not at his training center, and had been responding to her messages. Seems like timing was always off. When one was available, the other was not. Why did it always have to be so complicated? She had been looking forward to spending time with him, catching up on everything that had happened during his absence. It felt unfair that just when she was back, he was nowhere to be seen. But in the back of her mind, a nagging worry persisted. Was there something more to his absence? Was it by temporary attraction for him? What if he found someone else in this time? Young thoughts were interrupted by the ringing of the phone. Without even looking at the caller ID, she answered the call only to be met with a loud burst of excitement from the other end. What the hell, he lower your volume. I almost went deaf. A genuine smile broke across her lips as she remembered how he always wanted to get admission in university for further studies. That's amazing. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you. Thank you. You know, I can't believe it myself when I got the mail. Well, that's a good news. So when are you throwing a party? Oh, don't you worry, my love. I'm definitely throwing a party. When I'm waiting. Maybe on Thursday, and I have another good news for you. And what is it? I had brothers coming back on Thursday too. Wait, really? When asked excitedly as she said to stare, he laughed on the line. Yep, he is, so you can relax now. Well, it's not like I was waiting for him. I know you better, well. Hey, listen, I will talk to you later. Okay, bye. She hung up the call, a wide smile on her face. Finally, after all this time, she would be able to see him again. Her heart raced with anticipation, and she couldn't help but feel a mixture of excitement and nervousness. But most of all, she was grateful that she was going to meet him. Yun had taken the time to get ready, making sure she looked her best for the party. As she stepped inside the mansion, a wave of nostalgia washed over her. He smiled to herself, excited to unite with he and the other. Sure enough, she spotted Hale coming her way, her face lighting up with a big smile. Look at you, all dressed up and gorgeous. Yun chuckled, rolling her eyes. Oh, come on, spare me the flattery and treat me like your best friend. And then you are looking like a dead whale. Oh, that was a new one, but I appreciate your honesty. You know, I could totally date you, make you 10 times happier than my brother ever could. Yun curls into a smirk as she leaned closer, placing her hand on Helios. Oh, really? Is that so? He leaned even more closer. You never know, I might be a better guest than him. Before Yun could flirt back, a sudden voice interrupted their conversation, causing both of them to turn around. Yeah, are you cheating on me with a girl? He rolled her eyes and you looked at her in confusion. Who is he? And Tahim, her boyfriend. He cut him off with an exasperated tone. He is no one, just an annoying brat who follow me everywhere like a lost puppy. Yeah, don't disrespect me like this. Tahim is interested in he and wanted to date her, but he clearly was not interested in having a romantic relationship. Why are you here? I didn't even invite you. Well, how can I miss my girlfriend's party? Clearly unamused by his statement. You wish? The two of them kept bickering and Yun kept looking around to catch a glimpse of the man she actually came here for.